Talking about stuff. Thinking about stuff. Playing stuff. Reading stuff. Watching stuff. Talking about stuff. The Beardyheads.
Hey, I'm Jake.
I'm Steven.
And I'm Dave.
Aha.
We're the Beardyheads. Welcome to the third annual Beardyheads Gamecast.
Oh, wow. Third in 4 months.
Yes, annual.
Annual.
We're
our
going to make the
first of
podcast schedule a lot less demanding that way, I promise you.
Yeah, there's no deadline.
Yeah.
There's just December 31st. There's the deadline.
Yes.
We'll say, well, that's it for the Beardyheads Gamecast, guys. Tune in next year for the annual Beardyheads Gamecast.
Thank you.
Where we will be discussing whatever happens this year.
Oh, well, anyways.
Hitman was great.
This is episode 3. We still haven't given this Gamecast a name. And I'm still kind of leaning towards just calling it Untitled Beardyheads Gamecast.
Untitled Metal Gear Solid 5 spoiler cast.
Oh, that's also
what it
a
was
good
for
one.
like a few.
But like, what happens in like 5 years whenever Metal Gear Solid? I mean, are we just gonna stick with that, or we're just gonna like cling to that? Like,
Oh yeah, Metal Gear Solid 5 will totally be relevant.
like Jack
in
clung
a
to
few
that
years.
door in Titanic.
Was
Never
it a
heard of it.
door? He didn't cling to no door. It was the girl that clung to the door.
They were both clinging to the door, but only one of them could cling to the door. That's why he died.
Who cares? Jack was an idiot.
Are you kidding me? Jack was the man, dude. He like snuck up into the rich folk cabin. He got him a rich girl. They
banged.
They
fucking
banged.
knocked
He
her up,
died.
man. Can you imagine knocking up a rich girl in the 1900s,
Did he knock her up?
man?
Yeah, I don't recall her knocking.
We don't know that. She was in the water for like 3 days after that. Whatever baby was in there is now just reduced back to, future period.
Yeah.
Okay, so she miscarried, is what you're saying.
They didn't know. They
No,
didn't know how to pull
there's
out
no
back then.
miscarriage because it was never allowed to conceive. It just got to. This is my theory. This is my Titanic fan theory.
I thought this was a game cast. What the hell?
And that
Nah,
child
let's
is
talk about
James
Titanic
Cameron.
now.
Now we're going to
Anyways,
discuss-
Beardyheads Gamecast. Welcome.
That's beautiful.
Holy shit.
So let's go ahead and get things rolling. It's been a while since we've done a broadcast.
Just a moment. Just a moment.
I was finishing up with school. I am graduated now. I have a college degree.
Congratulations.
So he says.
We have
So
yet
I
to
say.
see it.
I also have a job.
Yeah,
So
good
he
job on
says.
that one.
Yeah, well, thank you. It's all because of you, Steve.
You owe me.
I
You
know.
fucking owe me. Not
I
really. I
know.
don't really care.
Well, the millions of fans out here, everybody send Steve $1 and make him a millionaire.
Yes.
All the
Yeah,
millions
just-
of beardos out there.
Send
I will
us
buy
some
a million burritos from Taco Bell.
Fuck. Oh, Taco Bell, man. Why don't you just come here and I'll take you to Twisters?
You
And it's
shut
like,
up.
oh, dude.
Taco Bell is amazing.
All right,
okay?
dude. I got to tell you about Twisters, okay?
You've never had a quesarita.
Hold on, man. You're going to cream your pants when I tell you about this.
And
What
now
about the
we're
ghost
talking
pepper
about-
daredevil burrito? It's amazing. And
Now
So,
we're
like,
talking about restaurants.
I thought
So
about
Friday,
suicide.
right? Friday is game night. I'm going to play my nerd games with my friends, and I'm like, man, I'm a mite bit peckish. I haven't. I ate a light lunch. I need a dinner. I need to go somewhere and grab dinner. So I was like, I'm just going to stop at this place out here called Twisters, which everybody has always raved about their burritos, and I've never been. So I go to this place called Twisters. I'm out here in Albuquerque, by the way, at least for the rest of this month. I go to Twisters. I order my burrito, and the first thing I should have that should have been a red flag that I should not eat this burrito was that the burritos are sold by the by the weight.
Nice.
So so you buy
So like a
a
Chipotle thing?
No, it's not like that. It's just like you can order an 1/8 pound, a 1/4 pound, a 1/2 pound, and a 1/3 pound, a full pound. Like, you could basically just go all the way up to a 1/2 pound at least. I know. And I'm
Yeah, you
like,
just
all
said
right,
a
I'm going to get a
full
1/4
pound,
pound burrito or carne adobada. That's just like pork and red chili. It's pretty good. I get this burrito, and the first thing I notice is I'm like, that's a heavy fucking burrito for a 1/4 pound burrito.
It's going to make a lot of poop.
Oh man, I was like, I'm not sure what else is in there, but like, I'm sure it's like,
Was it
lettuce and
spicy?
tomato and stuff. Like they put all that on top of the burrito, or maybe they smothered it in red chili. Which
If
is
it's
another
not
thing they do out
spicy,
here.
it's not a burrito.
Fair
It's not
enough.
Oh,
food.
dude, this was okay. I opened this up. Here is my burrito. It is laying on
Now
a bed
my
of
sinuses are clear.
laying on a bed of curly fries. It is.
Wait, what?
Naked.
Yeah, listen to what I'm saying, man.
It's oddly sexual now. Laying on a bed of curly fries. Go on.
It's a burrito. It's
In a negligee.
reclining sexily on a
Yes.
bed of curly fries.
Oh my god! Talk about your burrito sexily.
It is covered in red chili and beans.
Oh, God. Did you
And
put it
then
in your
there's
mouth?
sour cream, lettuce, and tomato on top of it.
Is it like giving
It
you
is
a come
probably
hither
a
look?
good 3/4 pounds of food. Like it's a fucking lot of food. Like it was heavy when they gave me this thing. I ate the whole goddamn thing. Never again, dude.
That
I
makes
can never do it again because that burrito was too tasty.
that makes my butthole hurt just listening to you. Because
I know.
I can imagine
I know.
pooping that out.
Oh, it was
I mean,
so good.
I don't really chew my food well, so it's just like it almost comes out exactly how it was.
Yeah, I'd say it's more like a duck. Ducks tend to chew. Anyways, great.
No, but
segue
seriously,
from...
have you ever shat out a baseball? That fucking hurts, man.
Oh man,
I would
this is
imagine.
why I have to change what I'm eating. We all have to change what we're eating.
I've
because,
already
like,
started.
There's never. I know you have. I'm waiting until I get there. I'm doing all right. I'm not eating as much fast food. I've cut it down from 3 times a day, one big time, to like once or twice a week, 2 or 3 times a day.
I just cut out dairy and stopped eating all the bunch of garbage.
Anyways,
I just cut down some Cubans
That's
in
good.
an airfield.
I'm playing Crackdown. I'm just like
Dave, you're playing Black Ops, the original Black Ops.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I saw that great Steam sale they had in there.
It
where
wasn't great,
Black Ops
but
1 went down to the low price of
$24.99
or whatever it was. God damn it, Activision! It's like you
That
don't even
is-
get Steam sales.
Stupid.
they don't. But oh well. I
No,
wanted
fucking
it, so I got it.
Original Call of Duty was on Steam sale. Still is until tomorrow, I think.
I
but
got that for really cheap.
I can
back
s-
during the summer sale
It's
somewhere.
I could say if you've never played Black Ops and you paid what $12.99 for it,
Yeah,
that's a fair price for
Black Ops.
never playing it.
I think those games have about $5 worth of content for me.
Well, if you play single player,
that's all I'm getting out of it.
But I think Dave plays
No,
mostly multiplayer
I-
stuff on these things.
Mix it up. I used to play mostly multiplayer with Black Ops when I played it on the 360.
Well, now that
That's
we're
what everybody played it on.
no, we're not talking about poop anymore.
We
Hey,
can
Steve, what
keep
you
talking
playing?
about poop?
Well, I've been playing a lot of Just Cause 3. Love it.
Yeah, it looks good.
Little bit of Fallout 4. Marvel Puzzle Quest on my phone, and yes, I love it. It's because it's so stupid. Hitman Go on my phone, and that's about it. Oh, and my
that looks
and
so
my
good.
wiener.
Been playing with your wiener. What a
Yeah, I've been
coincidence.
playing with my wiener.
I've been playing with mine as well.
Oh, nice! You love that game, don't you?
It's a great game, man. I'm
It
very
doesn't even
good
require
at
a season pass.
it. Well, sometimes it does.
So, anyways, Just Cause
It's not a
3. We've been
podcast
playing a little
unless
bit
we
of
talk
Just
about
Cause 2
poop and
multiplayer.
wieners.
How's Just Cause 3 stack up? Like,
Uh,
how's it stack up in the single player at least?
The single player of 3, it's about the same as 2. I would say the biggest difference is well, it's prettier. There's a wingsuit, which is awesome. If they ever make a mod in Just Cause 2 to have a wingsuit, I'd probably just play 2 because I like 2's map slightly better. There's just more variety in 2's map. There's like a jungle area. There's kind of like there's a bunch of forest. There's an area where there's a city.
There's
You know,
the
in
Lost
this-
Island.
Yeah, there's the Lost Island, and in 3, it's basically it's South America, and then there's like a snow-peaked mountain. But in 2, there's a lot more snowy mountains, and there's just more variety of different types of maps in that. Plus,
Yeah.
it's a giant fucking map. It still takes forever to go from one side to the other. I mean, that's just nitpicking. I would highly recommend if you love Just Cause 2 to play 3. It's just as fun as 2. I do like that you start off with a rocket launcher. Like, you start off with an RPG, and that's it. I mean, that's your secondary weapon throughout the whole game. I mean, you can change that with another RPG-like weapon.
But you're always going to be rocking an RPG, huh?
Oh, you're always going to be blowing shit up.
Oh, that's pretty badass.
And also I don't remember this in 2 unless it's towards the end game because I never did end game stuff in 2. But you have a thing on your grappling hook where you can attach 2 things, which was in 2. The controller, you can reel them in.
I saw that you can attach 2 things to each other. Yeah. I see what you mean.
Attach 2 things to each other.
Yeah, in my Just Cause 3 stream from 2 days ago, there was some sex education going on where I attached someone's wee-wee to someone's face, and then I reeled it in, and it was magical.
This magic moment.
I had 2 people scissoring and everything. Yeah, it was awesome.
Scissor me timbers, Dave.
Scissor me timbers.
Did you play Just Cause 2, Dave? I mean, aside from the little bit of multiplayer we played the other day.
No, that's about it. That's all I really played. I had no idea what we were doing in that multiplayer.
That's the point.
Pretty much.
I mean,
yeah, it's a playground.
We're flying boats.
It's basically it's basically Grand Theft Auto, but you have a grappling hook and you can do a lot more crazy shit.
Also, your unlimited boost just pushes you across the map at like 500 miles an hour, so you could pretty much make anything into a plane.
Yeah, pretty much. Especially boats. Boats really love to fly.
Really? Because I hadn't seen a boat that does that.
Oh, in Just Cause 2, they definitely do. Well, on the multiplayer mod.
Interesting.
There's no boost shit in single player. But yeah, I like 3, and I was hesitant to buy it at first because, well, it was broken. It first released on consoles, especially on the Xbox One, which is what I was going to play it on. I guess they patched it, and I wasn't paying attention, or maybe I'm just one of the lucky ones that I haven't really seen a frame rate dip at all. I mean, I was hearing rumors that it was dipping to like 15. There is a long load time, but it's at the beginning. And anybody that complains about a long load time at the beginning of Just Cause 3, obviously they never played GTA 5 because...
Oh my god!
That's why GTA 5 is on my SSD.
And the thing is that GTA 5, it's perfectly excusable to have a long load time in that game because if you just load me up once and that's the game from then on, I don't really have to worry about load times, then I love it. I don't have an issue with it at all. But if I die, like, Bloodborne, or die a lot, I don't want a 45-second load time each time it reloads. And Just Cause 3, if you die, I think the load time is like 15 seconds maybe. I mean, it's nothing to cry about.
I'm still having trouble figuring out why they don't have like an SSD for the consoles yet. You can get rid of that.
You can install one in there.
I mean, for the PS4, yeah, but not the Xbox One, right? Like the Xbox One doesn't have the.
You can attach an external storage through USB.
I mean, I guess that's not so bad.
I know.
Well, actually, the people that have been installing USB hard drives, anything, because it's 3.0, it actually loads faster than the internal hard drive.
Oh, I completely believe it, which is bad because that just means like the shitty programming on the console itself is like standing in the way of because that should really be faster. PCI is always faster than USB.
Yeah, they've improved. I mean, the Xbox One,
SATA, I guess,
compared to day one on Xbox One to now, it's improved quite a bit. I mean, they got rid of Don Matrick and he went off to Zynga, and then Zynga fired him. I mean, because that's insulting enough.
Isn't he the guy that said
he was a piece of shit?
If you don't want always on gaming, get an Xbox 360.
Console. Yeah, it's like we sell that console already. You go buy a 360, and I'm just like, wow, it's just like a big fuck you to people that don't have fast internet connections or because it's always online.
So he's telling you to stick with old tech just because you don't want to be online at all the time?
That, and at the time there was the DRM issues that they were having.
Fuck those DMR issues.
Yeah, they were really...
Or DRM.
They were really being bitches about it. And he was just like, no, we stand by that. And I'm like, if everybody's telling you this is a bad idea, you should probably think this is a bad idea.
EA, I remember EA when they did that SimCity, the last one they did, and you couldn't play it. You bought that game, and you could not play it.
It broke it, yeah, because the servers were fucked up.
Yeah.
On the bright side, that
and
game was City Skylines, which
Yeah.
was created out of frustration for
Weren't that a bunch of old Maxis developers?
Yeah, it was a bunch of old Maxis developers made City Skylines.
I didn't know that they made that game.
Huh. I've still want. I mean, I like those games. It's kind of one of those things where I'll only buy it if it's on sale because I don't want to pay full price for that kind of game because it's not my preferred genre of game. But they're fun. They're nice little distractions. I cannot play The Sims at all, but a Sim City type game. I played the shit out of that on Super Nintendo.
And they've gotten super cheap too.
I have yet to play that game. I really need to get Skylines at some point. I got it for Jake at full price, but for some reason I haven't gotten it.
Yeah, I know. And you were like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy it for myself." And now you can get the game plus the expansion for like $12.
Nice.
Totes worth it. So, Dave, what have you been playing, buddy?
Well, mostly I've been playing a couple games. I've been playing Until Dawn would be the most interesting one. That's an interesting game.
I love watching those on YouTube.
The Until Dawn ones.
We should make a playthrough on YouTube. I'll watch the shit out of that. Or we should make one with all of us in it, and it'd be hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, like we could all just sit there on the couch and like
jerk
each other decisions. I hear it's actually pretty fun to like sit around and take turns making the decisions in the game.
Yeah, Achievement Hunter did that actually, and it was really well done.
It's pretty creepy, and it's really weird. It's like there are two different stories in it that you don't really. I only knew there's the one that everybody knows about with the psycho killer.
Yeah.
And then there's another part that's kind of a spoiler if I were to tell you about it.
So I know about it. The one with Peter Stormare.
No, yeah. Well,
he's briefly in it.
He is in it. He's like the world's worst psychologist.
Yeah.
He's like fucking horrible at his job.
At the end of each like segment or something, he talks.
Yeah, between the chapter, or not every one of them, but between
he gives
chapters,
you doesn't he give you like a Rorschach test? He's like, "Tell me what you see in this thing here," and you're like, "Butterfly."
Kinda. He
vaginas.
He like. There's one part where he gives you a book. He's like, pick the image on each page that disturbs you the most, and like, there's rats and snakes and guts, whatever. And then the next time you go and see him, the room is decorated with that crap.
Nice. Oh, damn. That's kind of crazy.
That was
actively fucking with you in this game, in other words.
Yeah, I mean, when you find out everything about that character, you're just like, man, fuck you. But,
right in the butt.
But I mean, it's a fun game. There's like quite a bit of replay to it. I've played through it twice.
Yeah, there's a lot of different decisions and stuff. And unlike other games that say your decisions matter, doesn't it? I mean, from what I've seen on different YouTube videos, it actually seems like it fucking matters.
Yes, and some of the time the decisions don't matter a whole lot, but some of the decisions are pretty damn.
Yeah.
Like, this might get you killed later.
That's kind of cool. So it kind of sounds like, is it like a first person like survival horror, or
it's third person? Well, it's
third
not
person.
I wouldn't even. I mean, you could call it third person. It's.
Remember Heavy Rain?
Yeah, it's an interactive movie, I would say, or an interactive book.
Yeah, Heavy Rain is it's kind of like that. It's, people argue it's not really a game. Well, it's technically a game. It's interactive, but I mean, it's very story heavy. Yeah, it knows what it is too.
I mean, they knew what they wanted to make, and they made it as good as they could.
Yeah.
And there's like 3 different mysteries that you get to figure out little things and find clues about. I mean, you don't have to, but it's just really interesting that you learn about these 3 different events. And
that's a PS4 exclusive, right?
Yes, it is. We should definitely play that, though, when you get back here.
I think that's probably a good plan.
It was originally going to be a Move title, too. Only with the PlayStation Move, and then on the PS3, and then they scrapped that because, that was
Move's
dumb.
a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. The only title I've seen that I actually want to play with the Move is Sports Friends.
Yeah, that was fun. Why
Sports
not
Friends
the Harry
is the
Potter
only one that looks good. What's that?
Why not the Harry Potter spell book? That was well made. Went over really well at E3.
Did it?
No, the demo fucking failed at E3.
Oh, yeah. It
just stopped working.
Weren't they doing something at an E3 with the, wasn't it the Kinect? And it turned out that the guy wasn't actually controlling shit.
Yeah.
It was obviously somebody else was doing it.
All of that shit's fake. And even though when everything breaks in a demo, I still don't believe it because, what was it? Uncharted 4 didn't work at the last E3. They had to reload it. And then later on, they're like, "Oh, we were having controller sync issues," and I'm like, "No, I think they're probably just trying to make you think that it works." I don't know. Maybe
that it's not like a pre-rendered cutscene. It's
a pre-rendered. It failed.
It's like if you tell a lie, you have to include a little bit of embarrassing information to make it a good lie. Like you go, "Oh, I'm sorry, I was late to work," and that's not good enough. But when you're like, "I'm sorry, I was late to work. I shit my pants and I had to turn around and come back."
Yeah, exactly. I just look at it like I don't believe it because everything at E3 now is it's all theatrics. And,
E3's always been about marketing.
Yeah,
well, it was.
I mean, it still is.
No, a few years ago they tried for the change. They tried to make the change where it was like, no, we're only going to have journalists. We're only going to have...
yes, because journalists have nothing to do with marketing.
Quote,
but it was a little
journalists.
more hush-hush. I don't know if you guys remember that. Like, that was, I don't know, probably 2005, 2008?
Yeah.
But basically, E3 was an event anybody could go to. You just bought tickets. And now you have to be invited.
Yeah.
And that was the big change they made, I think. I could be wrong. If anybody's wrong, just email beardyheads@gmail.com and call me a cunt.
Cunt.
Well, you are a bit of a cunt sometimes.
Sometimes.
Although, if I hear that from any of our Australian listeners, I'm just going to assume that we're friends.
You're just going to say hello back.
I'm just exactly.
Hi, friend.
I'm going to ask, how was your mother?
Tell her I said hi. Say hello to your mother for me.
Say hi to your mother for me.
She's a wonderful lady.
I have been playing, of course. We'll get to New Vegas here in a minute because I got a whole new update on that. So I finally got around to buying one of the big space sims after basically playing Free Space 2 in Diaspora, which is really just more Free Space 2. And what else have I been playing? A little bit of X-Wing. So I finally got around to buying Elite Dangerous. I gotta say, I don't know if you guys have watched me play it or if you guys have, watched anybody else play it for that matter. It's a good, robust game. You can see a lot of potential in it, but there's not a whole lot to do. And I guess it's just sort of hard to fill up the vastness of space with shit to do. But at the same time, it feels the whole community mantra seems to be a mile wide and an inch deep. Me and Chris have been doing a lot of flying around doing bounty hunting, but if you're not doing bounty hunting, there's really not a lot you can do.
Isn't that kind of a problem you notice these days with bigger games? It's like,
yes,
you have this huge map and there's nothing really to do in it.
Or
that's actually what our last episode was about, by the way.
That's right.
It is.
That is
or
right.
Or what I don't like is it just seems like it's a single player MMO. I just like, It's
Elite
like collect all the things.
Definitely has that feeling. And that is like, I don't want to have to play with other people except co-op. Co-op is acceptable to make me play with other people, but I don't want to be forced into the multiplayer game to get the whole experience. And I think a lot of people, the community is sort of divided. There's the people who play with everyone, and then there's the people who just play the single player with their friends, more or less. And the people who just play the single player with their friends, and I count myself among them, it's just not that interesting. And actually, I've been looking at Star Citizen. Star Citizen looks like it has more right now.
I don't know, man. I'm just tired of this shift away from all this. There's no story in games. Some of them.
Yeah.
Let's make people have friends that they have to play with. I don't want to play with people. I'm antisocial as fuck. I barely like you guys.
Oh, you're so sweet. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't mind a story in a game. But I'm also at this point where, I got all these kids and it's kind of hard for me to sit down and play a game. My favorite genre of games is RPGs. I love Mass Effect.
KOTOR 2. You had me play KOTOR 2 the week before the Force Awakens went out. That's how I got it spoiled for me.
Yep, you're welcome. And KOTOR is my favorite game, but pretty much anything BioWare makes. Witcher 3 was my jam. Fallout is definitely my favorite series. But it's hard for me to sit down and play this because I was very excited for Fallout 4 and I've only played 12 hours of the game and since it's been released because I have a family and I have a lot of free time that I have to spend on them and if I don't have a set 8 hours or at least 4 hours to sit down, I just want to play something else that's just I can just turn my mind off and do it. And that's why I play a lot of Destiny or mobile games at this point. Of course, I can when I go poop, I have a lot of free time doing that too. So
because that's like a 3-hour affair though for Steve.
Yeah, because I got to shit out that baseball.
Well, I mean, now you got the smoothies. It's a little bit smoother at least.
Oh man, it's great. I just sit on the pot and I sneeze and I'm done. It's great.
Just relax, sneeze.
Yeah, I just don't have time for story games. I just gotta, I like to sit down when I play my RPGs and like Dragon Age Inquisition. I loved it, every second of it that I played. I haven't played it in months though.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Out of all the
BioWare
games, like Dragon Age was the one that I had the most trouble getting grabbed by.
I couldn't get into it. I don't know why.
Yeah. It was a weird game. It was just a weird.
I don't know.
I just like fantasy.
I really enjoy KOTOR, but for some reason, those kind of RPG fighting systems like that, where it's like all real time, but it's not. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't know why.
It's Jake's favorite system in an RPG.
But yeah, just there's no time, or I guess we just need to make it big, Steven, so you can just quit your job and just fucking play games all the time.
I would love to, and then after a couple months, I'm gonna hate games. But I still don't see that happening, honestly. I mean, I love Destiny, hours a day, 7 days a week.
Oh God, I wouldn't want to do it that often.
And it's their job, and I'm just like, man, you guys are crazy.
Still though, I mean, if you can get by with like streaming, like maybe 5 days a week, a couple hours a day.
Yeah. Well, the reason why they do it, and I don't blame them, is that's their money. And hey, if I don't have anything to do on a Saturday, might as well just make some money.
Might as well
I mean,
give me some cash.
And you're gonna play video games later, so.
So anyways, back to what we were talking about, Elite Dangerous and how it's sort of a disappointing game. They also just put out the expansion. They're early accessing the expansion. They're early accessing the expansion for $60.
What? $60 for an early access?
For an early access game. Now, if you own the game, you get about $15 off, and if you buy the expansion, you get the entire game. So that's sort of nice, but it's still at the point where there are people who didn't pay $15 for it like I did. So it's still like buying 2 games instead of 1 game. And there are a lot of people who are saying like the content in the expansion is really just more of the same, which is a whole lot of nothing to explore. So there's that. However, one thing that has not disappointed me, a game that has not disappointed me anyway, Shadow Warrior. I finally played the new Shadow Warrior. Holy crap, dude.
I remember you texted us and you said that was the Duke Nukem game that should have been made.
That was the game that should have been Duke Nukem Forever. It's a better sequel to Duke 3D than Duke Forever was. I never even played Duke Forever. It just looked terrible.
God, I forgot it fucking got it released. It quietly got released, Duke Nukem Forever, didn't it?
Oh no, they hyped it. They had a special edition.
I don't remember
everything.
hearing much about it at all.
Well, that's because it was pretty much like a mediocre game for 5 years before.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the whole time I played it, because I played halfway through it, because I got it for like $5, which was overpriced. But I was like, yeah, this was a fun game back in 2001,
right?
When it should have came out.
But yeah, Shadow Warrior has a lot. It reminds me a lot of actually Serious Sam, where it's more go to a room, fight waves of enemies, go to the next room, fight waves of enemies, and that sounds pretty boring, unless you've ever played Serious Sam. But then they add in, there's like sort of this RPG. You get a katana, you can upgrade your guns, you can upgrade your magic, and do different stuff, and it's all in the. Like the arrow keys and the mouse, so you don't have to like press different buttons to do different stuff. And the guy they have playing, Lo Wang in this game, because this is I believe this is a prequel to Shadow Warrior, the original Shadow Warrior.
Lo Wang,
the guy who plays Lo Wang, just
fucking
nails it, dude. He nails it. Fucking hilarious. So yeah, I would highly recommend you guys play Shadow Warrior. Did you guys play Serious Sam?
No, but I played Son of Sam once.
Well, Dave, I'm pretty sure that's what you call it every time you go for those quiet nighttime drives. Nobody knows where you are.
Hey, man. People know where I'm at. I've got the cell phone on me.
Does the dog next door know where you're at?
Yeah, I whisper it to
Burn
him
them
under
all.
the fence. Like, I'll be back. And he tells me where to go.
All right, y'all hear it here. Dave's a serial killer.
Dave's a suspect.
I mean, was anybody really surprised?
No.
No,
It's
I
kind of
sure
like
wasn't.
I figured.
I mean, I expected it for years.
I've been trying to get into it for a while. I just finally found what works for me. You know, it's like a diet. You just sort of
I haven't had to
keep
find the right
you
victim
keep
for
trying
me.
it out until you find something that sticks for you.
You know, you just gotta like not have a particular type you go after, and make sure they won't be missed.
Nice.
So speaking of
All right.
You'll find me
speaking of
around Harry
RPGs,
Hines a
by the
lot.
way, Fallout New Vegas, dude. Oh my god, this is at this point, Fallout New Vegas is my favorite Fallout.
Well, yeah, it is the best Fallout game after playing all of them.
It's the best Fallout. I haven't played 4. I guarantee you, there's no way it's better than New Vegas.
It's not. 4 is good. It's just more of 3 with some questionable changes, but I like it. I don't dislike it at all. I mean, you can nitpick any game, but I mean, I can nitpick 3, but I don't. I don't care. I just enjoy the game.
And 3
It's
was
not bad.
3 was still good. It's just
Yeah.
there's a lot of things they changed in 4 that don't really look that great.
I don't know.
Like, that sort of bug me.
I'm not as big into the Fallout series as you guys are, but I just haven't been like in any hurry whatsoever to rush out and get 4.
It just doesn't look
Wait
like
till
a
it's on
game
sale.
I want to. Yeah, and I mean that's kind of I'm waiting for Game of the Year for 4.
Yeah.
For the same reason I waited a long time for New Vegas, which I didn't know, which was that there's going to be a shitload of mods out for it, and man, the mods make New Vegas pretty crazy until they don't work. But I mean, the good thing about it is, so I had a bit of a problem with the mods. And I ended up getting a lot of help fixing them, but including the guy who made the mod pack that I'm using released a new patch specifically because I requested it. I couldn't get his patch to work, and put out a new patch and updated everything in it. So you got sent here from Zoso4 from Reddit from his Fallout Mod Beast pack. Hello, and thank you for joining the Beardyheads because he's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, go ahead and
worked
tell
through all
us
that with
about
me.
your experiences lately getting help from the online community with games and software and hardware. How much fun you've been having with
Oh man, like every once in a while you will come across the dumbest thing that you'll ever see on the internet, which is people. I have to speak in a Russian accent to lend it gravity. People
Nice.
have problem, and then they talk about problem, and then disappear. Why all these people talk about problem and then go to Gulag? I don't understand. Is problem
They die.
is
Because this
problem
is-
against Glasnost?
Because this is Soviet Russia.
Yes.
But yeah, people talk about
Problem fix you.
God, I'm gonna do what's on my mind right now. This is what's on my fucking mind. If you have a goddamn
You know what
problem,
really grinds my gears?
oh my god! If you have a problem with your fucking computer and you fix it, go the fuck back to the people you were asking for help and tell them how you fixed it, because every single goddamn one of these fucking threads, these random forums on like Tom's Hardware and the World of Warcraft forums, shit like that, every single goddamn one ends with some dude like, hey, how'd you fix this? And then silence from 2008 until present day.
My
Like-
favorite is when they write, "Oh, fixed it."
Yeah,
Thanks."
fixed it. Thanks for the help.
How'd you fix it, bastards?
Oh my god.
No time to
I had
respond.
this with Fallout, first of all. Trying to fix this problem with the mod pack, everybody was like, nobody said the obvious answer, which was use Ian Boost, which is it's a utility you can use for like KOTOR and a couple of and Fallout New Vegas and a couple of other games that increases the cap that of memory that can be read. So you could basically use more mods. And this one mod I was using, Freeside Open, just basically broke Freeside, and there was nothing I could do about it. So I was basically hacking Freeside to get through the missions. But like now I have this Ian Boost, and it's like everything works fine. and nobody could just say that. The other one was Steve got a brand new gaming PC for Christmas.
Are we really calling it brand new?
Well, he got a brand new to him.
Yeah, it's a Frankenstein machine.
It's new and
it's
old.
new for me.
It's put together.
It's made from dismembered corpses of computers that I had.
It's got a new case.
Yeah, and a motherboard, new motherboard.
Yeah,
new motherboard, new case, new power supply.
Yeah. Now you just need new memory.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only thing memory was already new.
Because let me tell you, we spent probably an hour and a half troubleshooting this computer before we realized that the memory we had shipped with it is not memory that works.
Nope.
So that sucked. So
and then there was the whole problem of opening it up and looking at the motherboard, and me having to run around at Christmas Eve morning and just like, why is this motherboard not working? Wait.
Okay, but at least you knew what the problem was.
Yeah.
Thank God.
I went to 3 different Tom's Hardware posts, which Tom's Hardware, by the way, if you have a hardware problem, it's supposed to be where you go to solve the hardware problem.
Of course.
You say what your specs are, and then you say what your problem is, and all of these people are like, it's the exact same thing. Hey, I have this problem. I built this computer. It's not booting up. And then the last thread is always like, fixed it.
You know,
what the fuck, dude? What the fuck, Tom's Hardware? Guess where I find the answer to this? Is in the goddamn World of Warcraft forums, where all the fucking retards go to make stupid jokes. Like, who the fuck hangs out in the World of Warcraft forums that really has any self-respect?
Retards that play World of Warcraft.
And yet, like, here we are. Like, we have fixed the computer, or at least we've at least troubleshooted the problem down to figuring out what it is. You know, now we just need the memory that we don't have, which is what the problem was. And nobody fucking thought to say that. Oh, I bought memory that wasn't on the approved vendors list, and apparently this motherboard is picky about memory.
Yeah.
Like, my God.
I still gotta say, I mean, I knew what the problem was, but I envy you because you were able to solve your problem from the comfort of your own home.
Yeah.
Well, the problem's not solved yet, so don't speak too soon.
Yeah, it could still be very broken.
It could be. We could have some broken parts.
Jinxing us, you fucking asshole.
But
I love you, Dave.
That's my thing.
Oh, good point. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to. I did the Fallout New Vegas update. That fixed everything. Old World Blues. I've been playing through Old World Blues. Steve, you did not have great things to say about it, or at least you didn't have anything.
Oh, I liked it. I just said, get ready for a 20 to 30 minute cutscene or dialogue scene at the beginning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't tell me that the dialogue cutscene had
it was hilarious.
Venture Brothers actors in it, and was written by them and stuff. Like James Urbaniak is in Old World Blues.
Yeah, isn't he Zero?
Yeah, he's Zero.
Yeah.
And so is there's another guy who's on Venture Brothers whose name escapes me right now. But he's in it too. And oh my God, like it's like the humor came back to Fallout. It's the humor that was missing from Fallout 3.
Game's hilarious. Yeah, New Vegas is the best Fallout, and I don't know if they'll ever make another one like that again unless they just let Obsidian make it.
They really just need to give
just let Obsidian
4
do
engine to Obsidian, man.
Yeah.
At this point, like, go back to the West Coast, give me all that beautiful crafting and stuff and like settlement building, but then let Obsidian put their own twist on it, like they did with Fallout New Vegas.
You know, that's the one thing I probably want to do the most is the settlement building. And
it's fun.
I don't know why, but I like
it will suck your life out.
What was it? Elder Scrolls Morrowind. You get the expansion. You go to Solstheim, and you build that community. And I don't know why, but I enjoyed the hell out of building that community, and it wasn't even that intense. You didn't get to do nearly as much as you do in the Fallout 4.
You get to basically build your community from scratch. Decide where the houses are going to be.
Yeah, I mean, this Morrowind, you just kind of like, oh, I want that there, or that's what I want built.
But yeah, I've really been enjoying Old World Blues, and I think next I will probably go ahead and do. I don't know if I'm going to do Dead Money or Lonesome Road. I'm not sure. Still considering it.
I haven't played.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go through the DLCs and then I'm going to finish up the story. but I'm also looking for like random side missions and shit. And plus, like the Project Nevada pack, there's a guy who releases new stuff all the time. For like he did New Vegas Bounties. I played through the first New Vegas Bounty, so I got to play through the second and the third one. But he put out a couple of other missions, and then like the restoration mod for Freeside actually brings back some missions that you can do. So it's been pretty fun.
There's also I've been playing that Triforce Heroes game, the Zelda one, and I gotta say, guys, we need to get y'all each a copy. Because that game is kind of a pain in the ass to play by yourself.
Well, we need to get Jake a 3DS and then a copy.
That's true.
Even though I got like 5 3DSs at this house that everybody has.
But you can't have one, Jake.
You gotta pry it out of one of my kids' hands because they'll fight you.
They'll bite, man.
Well, no, the oldest one, she doesn't really play on hers that much. I think the last game she played was Fantasy Life. She has a pink one.
That works just perfect for Jake.
No, I actually would like a pink one. I'm not even kidding.
No, it's actually really nice looking.
That way I won't lose it.
She takes very good care of it.
Messy room.
It's almost it. I mean, if you were to sell it on eBay, you could sell it new because we still have all the packaging and everything.
I want it like neon outrun pink, like 1980s video game cover pink.
Oh my gosh,
arcade pink.
I have mine is a red one, but I have the new 3DS, the one with the extra joystick.
Mine is got the Triforce on it.
Yeah, I have the one that came with the Ocarina of Time, the special edition, the black one that has the gold buttons. It was like the best one at the time.
This one came with a Link Between Worlds.
I love that.
Yeah, that's Mask on.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching. I've never played Majora's Mask. What about Twilight Princess?
It's coming to
Wii U.
Wii U in about 2 months. And I am looking forward to it. I enjoyed Twilight Princess. It was darker than most. It was not quite like Majora's Mask, but it's
Majora's Mask is pretty fucking dark.
Yeah, that one's.
I mean, there's a giant moon grinning at you while it falls to kill everybody.
While it's planning your imminent death.
Yeah, in 3 days.
In 3 days, those are the shittiest 3 days. But there's so much to do in that game.
It's basically Groundhog Day the movie, or Groundhog Day the game.
Pretty much.
The movie.
Except that you have a couple of extra days.
Yeah, it's true.
But yeah, Twilight Princess, it's kind of dark for a Zelda game. And it's cool that you can turn into the wolf. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, that aspect of it did look pretty damn cool.
And that there was a renewed focus on the horse combat.
Yeah.
You could actually fight.
I still have it. I still have it on Wii.
I have it on GameCube around here somewhere.
Yeah, I've got
I'd like to play
it on the Wii
Skyward
downstairs.
I wish I could play Skyward Sword. I think you need one of those little Motion Plus things. I just didn't invest any more into accessories for the Wii after a certain point.
Oh, now they're dirt cheap. Like I think I bought my Wii, a controller, and a couple of games for $70. Like it was a hell of a deal.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about the Wii is there's like 5 games. That's pretty much Nintendo in general. I mean, they make the same 5 fucking games.
Well,
but they do it well.
Boom Blocks is pretty good.
Yeah, I wish Nintendo would start getting more stuff. Shit. Yeah.
Or having better third-party relations.
Yeah, I mean, their first-party games are great, but it does get kind of like really stale really quick.
Well, everybody wants another Super Mario Galaxy. I think there's like a few people that want another Sunshine, which I like Sunshine. People bitch about it. But another game like the Mario 64, which I think they have, what is it called? 3D Land or 3D World or something? It's kind of that way.
Or you mean, if it's the one I just got, no, it's not like the Super Mario 64.
Yeah, because if they made one of those on the Wii U, everybody would be happy because people just want an HD copy of that.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's part of the problem. Like they just do a bunch of HD
Metroid
remake.
Game.
A Metroid game would be nice.
If they made a Metroid game that was, 2.5D, the one that's like the new Super Mario Brothers 3D style, but it's still a side scroller, I would play the shit out of that because I loved me some Metroid Fusion on my old Game Boy. If they brought that to the 3DS, I would lose my fucking mind.
You'd be at work just like Kent Boss playing Metroid.
Yeah, pretty much.
I've got to help Samus.
Yeah. I am Samus, damn it.
I'm not just playing her. I am her. Fuck you.
Call me Samus.
This is my new identity.
I'm
who
getting
I
the
am,
surgery
Mom.
later.
This is who I am.
This is just a phase.
I'm getting surgery later to help with the problems. Make me get more into the
getting a gun
role.
attached to my right arm, Mom. It's my decision.
Don't judge me.
Wait, now we're
Not just a trend, Mom. I'm getting put inside a Zero suit, okay? And there's nothing you or Dad can do to stop me.
I'm just gonna wear this bikini under it.
Did she wear a bikini in the first one, or was it like an actual?
It was an Easter egg.
Did she wear?
Yeah, after you beat it, like the second time.
It
or
was
something.
basically if you didn't have shit to jerk off to at the time, like there was
jerk up to 8-bit.
I remember it being a rumor for a long time until my brother found out how to do it from a bulletin board because that's how long ago this was. He found it on a dial-up bulletin board how to see Samus in the bikini, and it was just like
hot.
Well, I mean, as much as 10 pixels can give you an angry little 10-year-old boner, those 10 pixels did.
Hey, be surprised what could give you an angry 10-year-old boner.
Yeah, well, pretty
much angry.
It gives a 10-year-old boner. Well, let's stop this conversation because I'm about 23 years past the point where I should know what gives 10-year-olds boners, angry boners. Are they angry 10-year-olds or are the boners angry themselves? I feel like the boners are angry.
Do we need to put you on a list?
I feel
Jake?
like when you're 10, you're just pissed off because it's like, I don't even know what to do with this. It's just
why
hard.
is my dick hurt?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I want to keep looking at the titties.
Yeah, I don't know what it was at that age. I didn't know what to do with it, but I just wanted to look at naked women.
Yeah.
I didn't understand.
Yeah, I was a little younger than Tim because I remember knowing Jake at that age.
I was gonna say you knew me.
Jerked off
so
to Jake.
Jerk off to Jake, but I remember seeing the days of the dial-up internet.
Man, waiting 15 minutes for a completed picture of Jenny McCarthy to load. Hey, back then it was the only woman I knew I could see naked.
Yeah,
it's the only woman whose name I knew and could I've seen her.
Big fan of Singled Out.
Yeah, that was a fun show.
Yeah, it was a fun show. You know who else was on that show? Chris Hardwick. Chris Hardwick does a podcast too.
He was the host.
That was a dating show, wasn't it?
A couple of people might know Chris Hardwick out there. News. So my favorite news from the last 3 months or whatever it's been since we've recorded a Gamecast. Or the Red Dead Redemption developer, one of them.
Red Dead Redemption.
He thinks there was never any intention of having the game ported to PC.
Red Dead Redemption sounds like some kind of wine.
Didn't they say that? Wasn't it designed specifically for the PS3 originally?
So. I think
it was a tech demo at
the way
E3
they've
one
talked
year for the PlayStation 3.
It was definitely going to be. And that's the problem. That's why it's never been ported to PC. Is because the build it's pretty central to either the PS3 or the Xbox, or the 360. So it was almost impossible. Which makes me sad, man. What happened to Rockstar back then?
Oh God!
Could you imagine the mod
playing Red Dead Redemption?
They have a mod in GTA
DeLorean?
4 of a DeLorean. Now,
holy
if you
fuck,
owned
dude,
Red
Tale
Dead
of Two
Redemption on
Wasteland
PC,
style.
and it's a fully functioning DeLorean too. It actually will take you back in the game clock in the game. Now, could you imagine if you could set the clock to automatically come back and you're in whatever the map is in Red Dead, and you're driving a DeLorean around? There's a bunch of Mexicans shooting at you, and you're like, what's going on here?
Yeah. Why am I being shot at?
Man, that would be what somebody should really make. Well, I guess they made the Telltale Back to the Future game, but somebody needs to make a Back to the Future game where you get to take the DeLorean back.
They need to make a Lego Back to the Future game because I've been wanting that.
Aren't they making a Delusion or Dimensions?
Yeah, that's already out.
Yeah, you can play the Back to the Future characters in that, can't you?
Yeah, but I want to play the trilogy.
Ah, well.
They have Simpsons and Scooby-Doo on Lego Dimensions. From what I hear, it's actually pretty well made.
Most Lego games are a lot of fun.
For one of those, tangible DLC games that is popular now.
So next, Harebrained Schemes just announced that their new Kickstarter just came out a couple months ago. It's going to be BattleTech, which is, I don't know if you guys played MechWarrior or Mech Commander or.
Of course.
No.
You didn't play any of those?
You didn't play any MechWarrior?
Man.
I wasn't Japanese.
What are you talking about? MechWarrior is 100% American.
I don't know. Is it giant robots in it?
Yeah, it's giant robots.
I just figured it was Japanese.
But it's like giant robots done like American style, where you have to like manage your heat.
Missionary?
Yes. Everything's unpixelated. But yeah, they're putting out a turn-based BattleTech game. Where
I thought that was because of the radiation. My bad.
Putting out a turn-based BattleTech game. It looks like it runs on the from the concept art and stuff I've seen. Looks like it runs on the Shadowrun engine, so that should be pretty fun. It's got multiplayer, so maybe we can end that streak for you. And you know what? Now that I think of it, MechWarrior 4 is open source now, and you can just download it from Microsoft because Microsoft just said, "Here, have it." So I'll have to send that your way, and we could play some MechWarrior. Maybe
that's cool.
You might have some fun there.
Do they still make Armored Core games?
And they have one on 360.
So.
I think they. I know they had one on.
What was that game that you were really excited for, Jake? And then you saw that it was a Kinect title, and you're like, "Oh, it was
Steel Battalion 2, man."
Yeah, where you said that there was like a giant controller that you bought for the Xbox back in the day.
Oh man,
yeah.
Steel Battalion. I didn't buy it. Somebody gave it to me. That was the best part about it.
I think I know.
Rich friends.
Yeah, I got a rich.
I don't think he was rich. He was just an idiot.
Yeah.
Well, he was army rich, and he just gave me a fucking copy of Steel Battalion, and the controller and stuff. And man, I played the fuck out of that. I think I sold it for like $150, like 5 years later too. So that was pretty exciting. Pretty sure I just bought drugs with it, but I mean, it's still.
Not a bad investment.
I was pretty impressed.
Fair enough.
But I'm ready to get back to some giant robots, so maybe we'll do some streaming of MechWarrior 4.
Nice.
I just kickstarted a game that was it's a multiplayer, massively multiplayer, it looks like game, but it's a first-person Civil War game, and that game just looked awesome.
What's the name of it?
Oh shit, War of Rights.
How are the reload times?
60 seconds, I think.
Oh,
now, like
fun.
a good soldier can get off 3 rounds in a minute.
Yeah, you can.
That'd be cool if you actually had to level it up. And I think you showed me videos of that game, and it's actually where like the fusillade lines, eventually just become so cloudy, you're basically just shooting into the smoke.
Yeah, you're just shooting into the smoke. Yeah, because I've put a bunch of them on our Facebook page, and I keep getting updates, and I'm just looking forward to the game. They're still taking donations, like through, I don't remember the site, but the stuff that after the Kickstarter.
Yeah, like BackerKit or something like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and like part of me thinks that wouldn't work as a shooter, but then I also always thought that World War I was a pretty shitty thing to do as a shooter.
And then I introduced you to Verdun.
And Verdun is amazing. Verdun is fantastic.
Verdun is like a wonderful game. I mean,
never played it.
You're missing out.
Sounds made up.
Well,
your mom sounds made up.
I'm going to tell her you said that. I'm going to actually send her this podcast.
Be like, Jake said you don't exist.
And she's going to be like, y'all are grown adults talking about video games. And I hate that guy.
Does she hate you, Jake?
I
no,
don't know.
Oh, I'm about to say
not yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
When I steal her son away from his wife.
Here's
Exactly. Yeah, you'll have a lot of fans there.
Finally elope.
Yeah, they'll have a lot of fans for you there.
Yeah. Here was some of the more fun news this week, or at least over Christmas. The big Steam error, the big Steam fuck up, where you were getting to see other people's libraries, other people's information pages with their names and their last 4 digits of their cards and all this other bad information.
It's only bad information if somebody's getting it from you.
Well, yeah, but
it's good if you're a crook.
Somebody
I had that
was
issue.
Stealing. It was even bypassing the Steam guard. So
yeah,
something about the caching errors or something like that. So did you guys get any experience with anything like that?
No,
I couldn't log in to buy Space Engineers.
Yeah,
so I don't know if I still own it. I don't know if I own it yet. Or,
I
don't
think
know.
I might have gifted you a copy a while back.
If I tried to redeem it, it probably didn't work.
Well, you know how Jake is with his gifting of copies. He may have done it, but he may have also just like sat on the toilet and shit.
Well, yeah, that's a good gift too. Just don't wrap it,
Don't wrap it, because it's
Just present it to me as is.
Don't
it's an
send
art
it in
piece.
the mail because they fucking hate that shit.
no,
they do.
That's pretty illegal. I think. I'm pretty sure.
Is it illegal to mail shit?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, human
shit.
feces of any kind, you can't mail it. Don't ask me how I know.
What about FedEx?
Yes,
Well,
yes.
FedEx.
FedEx has different rules, but they still have rules. I would think that FedEx would be. Now, that doesn't mean people don't mail shit. Like, you can have shit mailed to your enemy's house. Like, there's a couple of services that will do this for you.
Yeah.
Don't ask me how I know that.
You can send glitter bombs to your enemies too.
Oh, you used to be able to, but the guy very publicly closed that website.
I think he bought it or he sold.
He
He made
was
like 300,000 in a day.
Yeah, it was
or
like
something.
he got like 10,000, 20,000 orders in a day, and was just like,
Did
"No way
you-
I can do this. Fuck off."
Did you see what
Australian
his?
guy,
Did you see what
too.
his new
What's
project
that?
is?
Oh God, what?
Did you
I
see
think
what
I
his new
did,
project
but
is?
remind me.
What was the name of that
the-
Malaysian airplane?
wait, which
that they
one?
Lost?
MH730.
The one that they lost, not the one that got shut down. Yeah, he made a children's
Yeah!
book, and it's
I
like
didn't
a
see
Where's
that.
Waldo,
He was
but
on
it's,
Reddit with
where
that, wasn't he?
Where's
That
MH730?
dude's got a twisted sense of humor.
Yeah,
So do I. I wish we had it. And
I know,
could
I
think
like
of these
it. It's
things
funny.
before he did it.
I would totally buy it. That
might
and
buy
Inspector
that book.
Pancakes.
Yes,
going into
you
my
you
children's
need to
libraries.
look into Inspector Pancakes, because that book is a fucking amazing.
You know what? What other news we have today is Gary's mod has officially sold 10 million copies, which means there are 10 million
That's
people
cool.
running around in a well. You can't
In a
really
broken
call
game.
it broken.
In a broken mod,
Exactly.
it's performing
It's
exactly
supposed
as
to be a buggy
intended.
piece of shit, so it's working fine.
Yeah, Supposed to be a
Exactly.
buggy piece of shit, and boy, is it a piece of shit.
Also, I don't think they actually focus on Gary's mod anymore, on Gmod anymore. I'm pretty sure they just only support Rust now.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt
Rust,
it.
isn't that the one with the wangs?
Yes.
Yes, I got Rust in the Humble monthly bundle month before, in the one before I just got. I've only played it about 15 minutes, but I gotta say, man, like, intrigued me.
That's what 7 Days to Die did for me when I watched some days of that, where they did a multiplayer playthrough of it. I was like, this looks cool.
Me and
we
Dave
play
tried
that?
7 Days to Die.
Yeah,
I think.
I thought Steven was there too.
You
but I
might, yeah, we
remember
might
we-
have all been there.
We
Yeah.
couldn't find each other. We couldn't get into the same game. We had no idea what the fuck was going on. It
So it was like Ark.
was like Ark.
It was a lot like Ark, although I think it ran better.
Yeah.
And I think actually 7 Days to Die just released a big update. And the last I heard, somebody gave me like a strategy guide. So I don't know. Maybe we should give 7 Days to Die another try. But I'm
Mhm.
also like early access survival simulators. Like,
There's like a million of them.
yeah, I was having a lot of fun trying them, but now I'm just I want to say I'm burnt out on them, but then I'm also like obsessed with Subnautica.
Well,
Which
that
is-
you like the Long Dark too.
And The Long Dark was the other one I was going to say. That I actually played on New Year's for about
Yes, you
8
did.
hours.
It was kind of entertaining as me and Maria were
Oh, it.
like distracting him.
Oh, I played that on the Xbox One because they have a trial version you can download, and
Hey, look, it's Lennon.
when Jake, I think you sent a message. You said that game doesn't fuck around. I was like, that's a very accurate description of that game.
Oh,
It
dude,
does
it's
not
a
fuck
survival
around.
simulator that does not hold your hand.
Nope.
And just from the get-go, like the very first time I played it, it was like, okay, go. Here you are in a blizzard in the middle of nowhere. You don't know where you are. You have only the things that you crashed this plane with. Go. And it's just like, holy crap. And it's early access. So, like,
It's a very well made early access game.
I gotta say, out of all the early access survival simulators, like, I think it's probably one of the best done.
It's probably almost, yeah, it almost is done. Probably it's probably ready for launch, isn't it?
I think it's still got a little while. I think there's still stuff they want to add.
I know Ark, supposedly the final version of Ark on, well, at least for Xbox One, is going to be in June or July. I don't know where I read that, but
yeah, I think they're trying to push out, it out for Xbox.
I don't know how well that's going to work because I played it on Xbox One and it was very choppy. It didn't really run very well.
That's just Arc. That's just Arc in general. Like everybody's big gripe with Arc is it runs like shit.
I haven't had a whole lot of bad experience with the running, but I have there's just the interface is shitty.
Yes.
Got one of the worst interfaces I've
big
ever seen.
learning curve too.
Yeah, it's a big learning curve. You have to constantly refer to documentation on like how do I train animals? How do I do all this other stuff?
Shit that's not even in game that you have to go find somewhere else.
You got to get the narco berries. And
oh my god!
Put them to sleep.
God, you have to eat so fucking much in that game.
Well, to be honest with you, Long Dark's be similar. It's just that in Long Dark, you can go.
You got your calories you got to keep track of in that game, I think.
Yeah, and it's realistic, so you can go like 5 days without eating.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't do that in fucking Ark.
But if you fall down like a hill and
you
wake up in the morning, you'll die of hypothermia.
That was one of my favorite deaths, which was I jumped down a small, probably like 2-foot drop, landed funny, I guess, sprained my ankle, which caused me to trip, and then I rolled off a boulder, fell another 4 feet, and died of internal injuries.
Nice.
Long Dark, man.
Because Jake was having himself a good day that day.
Yeah, that was a good run.
Oh no, my hood's under attack.
I just enjoy distracting you while you're trying to crack a safe and listening for clicks.
Oh yeah, that is fun. I actually did that. I like the way they handle that one.
That's actually one of the better lockpicking interfaces I've seen because sound is important and
it takes forever.
Yeah,
like lockpicking can.
Well, a lot of safes that you encounter, just pry the damn thing open. Don't try to fucking pick the lock.
I've come across safes and tried to pry them open in real life. We found a safe. I was doing a job for somebody. We tried to pry it open. That ain't happening.
Yeah.
Wait, what kind of safe? Because if it's like the typical safe, you just need to get yourself a long pry bar. You can do it pretty easy.
I had a long pry bar and it was not opening.
You must have been a weakling or something. Because, I mean, they're pretty simple things, but whatever. We're not going to talk about misdemeanors or felonies. I don't know what it would call.
It wasn't a felony. It was the guy told me to open it. He was like, hey, if you can figure out how to open this thing, let me know. Who knows what's inside? We'll split it.
So if anybody was wondering, Dave is a serial killer, and he will stuff your body in a safe. That's not his.
Yeah.
Hey, now, this isn't the Lovely Bones.
All right, so let's go on. I got a little bit of a discussion topic. Little bit of coffee talk.
Coffee
talk.
Yeah. So, what makes a game done for you guys? Are you like a completionist? Do you always have to figure everything out? Like, you have to get all the platinum trophies or all the achievements or whatever? Or like, is there something about a game that will make you give up on that? Like, where are you on like completing a game?
I don't have a single answer for that because it really depends on the game. Like,
yeah,
Metal Gear Solid 5 I just played until I got 100%. And but what was it? What was I playing before that? I don't remember. Help me out, guys.
What's that called? That zombie game, first person zombie.
Oh, Dying Light.
Dying Light. Like that one has a lot to do, but I don't feel the need to do it all because once I finished the main story, I was like, that was a really good game, but I don't want to figure out all the little hidden things, and I don't know. It really just depends. Sometimes it's just there's too much to do. And you're just like, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, and they make it repetitive too. Like Dying Light's a little bit guilty of that, where it's like you're kind of doing the same thing again and again.
It's not Just Causes. I've noticed that when I was playing it, but I mean, I had fun doing it because it's just, I mean, it was a big playground. But I mean, it's go take over this area, 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 and now the map's blue in this part, and you're like, okay, that's cool. All right, and on to the next area that's red, and that doesn't really. I mean, it's one of those optional kind of things. You don't have to beat the game, to do all that to beat the game, because if that was required, I would not ever beat the game. I would just, it would be a sandbox for me.
Yeah.
But games like Mass Effect, those aren't completed until I do every single side mission, every single story mission, or loyalty mission, and then story missions. If I mine every fucking planet, everything. I'm big on completion on that. I don't really play it on a higher difficulty level because I like to enjoy my games. So everything's on normal for me. If I really want the challenge, I'll go back and play it hard. On Destiny, I go back and play things on hard, but that's just Destiny. It's not a hard game anyway. But as far as completion or what makes a game done to me, it's, as long as it keeps my attention, because I have a lot of half-finished games on my Xbox right now.
So you got no problem just giving up on a game.
Yeah, or
usually
I'll just come back to it.
If I don't have the energy right now to deal with that, or
like Shadows of Mordor, I played that for 3 hours, and I don't really have a need to go back to it because I deleted it off my hard drive, and I was like, I think I figured out all I want to about this game. It's kind of it didn't really do it for me.
Yeah, I've heard Shadows of Mordor being good, and I've also heard people talking about how Shadows of Mordor is just 3 hours of gameplay that's completely repetitive.
It is so repetitive.
It's not a bad game, but yeah, you're required to do that repetitive shit, and I'm just I don't want that. That's why I like games like Mass Effect, where it's each story is a different thing. Granted, it's a cover shooter. It eventually goes to a cover shooter, but you got shit to do in the meantime.
There's a lot of character interaction.
Yeah, and Jack, you get to bang her.
Yeah,
yes, that crazy.
True. I've only played the first 2 Mass Effects though, so.
Well, you only bang Jack in the second one.
Yeah,
you don't get to bang her in the third.
The second one is the best.
Yes,
I like the third one. It is the one with the hairy chest, but I enjoyed it a lot.
Stan, how about you? What makes a game done for you? What makes you give up on a game? How about that?
When I stop having fun with it. There are games what was it? Until Dawn. I beat that game, immediately played it again. Just because it had a really good story, and it had it offered different ways of doing things, and now I knew some of the ways to not die.
It had some replay value.
Yeah. Once I beat a game, very rarely do I beat a game. I'm not 100% person. I don't normally go for, I gotta unlock every little thing. But
yeah, I've only done that in a few games. Go games I've done 100% in, or LA Noire. Of course, the 100% those games is easy. Watch Dogs, that was another one.
Yeah, Watch Dogs. Climb every tower.
But games that I know is going to take hundreds of hours to 100%, I'm just
yeah.
Unless it's an RPG.
I couldn't. Watch Dogs was so fucking. That sucked.
I really, really think the next one will be an improvement.
They're making.
I'm kind of trying to do 100% on New Vegas right now.
But let me think. What was
that's a game that you should do 100% on, but that's not a game that you should, make that the focus of everything you do for the week.
I did 100% Shadow of Mordor. Now that you mention it, I did 100% that.
Yeah, you got a platinum on that one, didn't you?
Yeah, I did because it was so damn easy.
Yeah,
and very short, from what I heard.
Yes.
I beat that game and immediately I sold it, and I'm pretty sure I bought Ground Zeroes with it.
That's a good investment, even though Ground Zeroes is 12 hours.
Yeah, but Ground Zeroes you can
it's also a better game.
Yes, you can also do all sorts of things and just have a really fun time with that one. Ground Zeroes, I love just let's see how long it takes them to kill me.
Yeah. Just run, and that goofy run that he has where he has to poop.
It's I gotta poop. Gotta keep the butts clenched tight, though, so I don't poop in my pants.
Pretty much.
As for me, I think it's, I don't know, I'm kind of with you guys, that it's when the fun stops happening.
Yeah.
But, when I was a big 360 player, I had a rivalry with my roommate at the time of who could have the largest gamer score. And...
perfectly understandable.
Yeah, for a while it was we would go rent shitty games to and launch titles and stuff.
Did you ever do the 1,000 achievements on Avatar?
No.
The last Airbender game, you can get a 1,000 gamer score in 5 minutes.
Yeah, and I never bothered
really?
with it because I was after a while it was I'm so tired of playing mediocre fucking games.
Yeah.
I don't want 100% a game just because it's there in front of me. I want 100% a game because the content is compelling and fun for me. Oblivion. Oblivion was like that. I played the fuck out of Oblivion Oblivion. In one playthrough, I probably saw everything there was to see in Oblivion.
You know, I have that habit with Oblivion and pretty much any Elder Scrolls game. But once you finish Elder Scrolls, once I actually walk away for a while, I'm like, I have no desire to go back and do that again. Yeah.
You know, I've never beaten Skyrim, and
neither have I.
Don't have a desire to go back.
That's actually probably going to be the next, after New Vegas, I'm probably going to mod the fuck out of Skyrim.
Yeah, I would recommend it. I mean, I don't know. I want to play it, but I'm not in a hurry.
Yeah, understandable.
It's not, and the thing is it's not a bad game. It's just, do I want to invest my time in that or invest my time in a new game? And so I'll just do that, like Fallout.
I don't know. Part of my problem in Skyrim and Oblivion too is
you don't
that
like
the
fantasy.
World. What's that?
Well, you don't like high fantasy either.
I don't always. The Elder Scrolls is like the one exception. I fucking love the Elder Scrolls. Like, I love the world. I love the stories. But like the other two games, they felt so
similar.
Like it felt like a series of buttons rather than and like if you push one button. It doesn't really affect anything else, And it's just like you push these buttons and they will advance these dialogues to the next point. But there was never a point where you felt like anything you were doing was actually having an effect on the world.
Well, one thing I noticed about Morrowind the other day when I actually started it, I played like an hour of it. They haven't really changed music much in the Elder Scrolls games, have they?
No.
It's pretty much Skyrim, except it didn't have much of that Dragonborn theme where people yell and shit. But yeah, it was like, wow, this is the same thing.
Yeah, the theme's always been the same.
And it plays over and over.
Yes.
Yes.
or variations on the theme. Yeah. And Morrowind is definitely like the last Elder Scrolls game where I felt like my actions in the world had impact. Because like it didn't take a lot of programming to just make everybody say something else different. Like if you did one line of quests, it would cause other people to stop talking to you, or to try to kill you.
That pissed me off so much. There was I was doing the main quest. It was one of the first times I sat down and actually tried to do it, and I had killed a character to steal his armor, and it was a character that was like quest essential. So I got all the way through, and then all of a sudden, you can't complete this because you can't get this house to agree to be your friend.
The threads of fate have been severed.
I had that problem in Skyrim.
I didn't sever any threads of fate because he was a character that you were supposed to kill.
I had problems in Skyrim. I got that Nightingale armor or whatever.
Yeah.
And I sold it, and I guess you can't finish the Thieves Guild without it.
Oh, I didn't know Skyrim had those kind of problems.
Yeah, I was like, oh, well, unless they patched it, but this was back when, it first came out. I played it really heavily when it came out back in 2011.
2011.
Yeah.
Has it been that long?
I got about 20 hours on it.
Yeah, I'm about to say my daughter
much more than that.
My daughter's probably sunk 1,000 hours into that thing. I mean, she only played that game forever.
I had to have been at least around 150.
And now they play Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think that about wraps it up for us tonight, doesn't it?
Pretty much.
Wow, that's a 20 gig video that I'm capturing here. Wow,
ooh,
that's gonna take forever to upload.
Well, you could probably just run it through something, but
I'm gonna compress it a little bit.
Anyways, so let's just talk about let's go ahead and do what's on your mind, and I already did what's on my mind. So, Steve, what's on your mind?
I don't know. Not a lot.
Yeah, I guess,
I don't want to go to work tomorrow.
Having a 6-month-old.
Yeah.
Must be exhausting.
I'm just happy I'm playing video games today.
I hear you.
I just took over a hood in San Andreas. It was nice.
All right. How about you, Dave? What's on your mind?
Vagina.
Well, I mean, besides that.
Hey, can I change my answer?
All right, everybody picks C, vagina.
The easiest answer, my friend.
Yeah.
But other than that, there's, I don't know, just stuff.
Stuff and things. I know what's on, besides the IT rant I had earlier, I know I'm ready to be back in Texas.
Yes.
Well, yeah, you live with crazy people out there, and you just want to come live with the crazies you know, don't you?
Yeah, it's better the crazy you know.
Yes.
Crazy you know is better than the crazy you don't.
And my cat lives out there. So.
That's why you want to make sure your relationships work, people. But yeah, remember, the crazy you know is better than the crazy you don't.
Do 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 do. Sounds like an NBC theme, basically.
Well, no, I thought you were just saying like
the crazy you know.
I thought you were doing Legend of Zelda. You just solved the puzzle.
Oh yeah.
Da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da.
That's it, guys. We just solved the secret of life.
Yep.
Or
only...
Wheel of Fortune. That's also
it's not
the Wheel
42.
of Fortune sound.
No, it's never 42.
That's true.
Oh, that's right. I am just not paying attention and not noticing that I'm supposed to be advancing to that point on my map. Just sitting here shooting people.
For our audio listeners, I am playing San Andreas. So if you watch this on YouTube, you'll be listening to our podcast while watching me play as CJ motherfucking Johnson.
And if you're watching this on Twitch, I'm playing Black Ops.
And if
and
you're
hopefully
sitting
he has
behind
his
me
audio.
on my shoulder, I'm moderating the podcast. So I'm
And
just
playing
looking at
with
Google
himself.
Docs.
He's playing
Which
with
is
Huey.
also why we're all kind of a bit scatterbrained since Jake's our moderator.
Yeah, no,
No,
he
you're
always tries to.
scatterbrained because you're shitty at podcasting.
Yeah,
Well.
he always tries to organize us. He always tries to organize me, and I'm like, nah.
I just get rebelled against every time I try to give some semblance of order, and it's just let's talk about vague things and absolutely none of it on topic. That's okay. I'll get used to it. Or the rants will just become part of the show.
Oh yeah, what was that? That was one of the episodes where you're. No, it was at the end of it. Because we recorded 2 podcasts that night, and then I was like, wait, there was a script, there was an outline we were supposed to be following.
Yeah.
What is this outline shit you're talking about?
Oh, that was funny. I was like, wait, where is it? It's a Google Doc? Oh.
You know,
What
I'm
did I
pretty sure-
penis all over it again and again and again? Like I'm fucking trying to. It's like trying to herd cats who are also in 8th grade.
That is true. I did write penis all over it and balls.
You did.
Yeah.
And then
But
I
anyways,
took away your ability to edit it, so I just started doing it.
I love being organized. Well, no, I just logged in on my different Google account and I just edited it some more.
Well,
You know, I'm pretty sure that
I thought I had got done being mad about that, but I'm not sure that's the case.
You know, I think we should probably just change the name of this podcast to Steven and Dave try to piss off Jake.
Yeah, it should be hard.
Well, that's okay. I'll just
What's
go
on his
hire
mind?
What's
Steven?
on your mind, Jake?
Revenge.
Yes.
Sweet
Good.
revenge.
Good.
Let the hate flow through you.
I can feel your anger.
Shut up, Palpatine.
Get your hand out of my pants.
Wiener.
My angry little boner.
So are we
Angry
done?
10-year-old boner? I think we're done.
I think we're done. So make sure you guys throw us a like on Twitch. We do a lot of streaming there. We're going to be picking that up pretty soon because I don't have a life right now. So just the month of January, if you want to see some Saturday morning adventure, there's going to be some Saturday morning adventure. If you want to see some Sunday night mayhem, hopefully we're going to have some Sunday night mayhem. But hopefully, yeah, we're going to get back to streaming on a regular basis.
Also, I don't know if you guys have checked, but I want to give a shout out to Camilla, who followed us on or liked us on Facebook while we were doing this.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you there, Camilla. It's a friend of mine, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
a
wonderful
anybody
writer.
that likes us on Facebook is a friend of ours. I mean,
You can like us on Facebook, facebook.com/the Beardyheads. You can keep up with when we're releasing podcasts, when we're going to be streaming, when we're going to be releasing YouTube videos, stuff like that. Steve usually announces when he has a new YouTube video up on the YouTube channel, which is, do we have like a short URL for that?
No, we need to have 50 subscribers before we can get a URL.
Okay, so yeah, if you
Hurry up and get subscribing.
Go over to
Yes,
Facebook,
help us
subscribe
out a lot.
to, or no, I'm sorry, YouTube. Go to YouTube and subscribe to the Beardyheads.
Go to Facebook and like the Beardyheads.
Go to Facebook and like the Beardyheads. You can find us on Twitter at Beardyheads. You can find me on Twitter at Whole Enchilada.
I'm at
Find
SB
Steve's typing somewhere.
No, I just slit a girl's throat. Okay. At SB Fought.
I don't have a Twitter.
And Dave has a secret Twitter he only uses to talk to prostitutes.
I'm sure
to
it's
lure
going to
them
be
into his rape van.
I'm sure it's going to be KG Beer Rar or
No.
some other name.
No.
Get in the van.
Get
At
in the
Get
van.
in the van.
Get in
And
the van. It's Creep
Jake's-
Van. I stole it from a movie I was watching the other day.
Jake's is have a seat right over here. Have a seat.
Jake won't admit this, but he actually sits in the back of the car with me, or in the back of the car to drug them when they get in.
You
Awesome.
do things when you're a writer. You have to do things you're not comfortable with in order to get the story.
Well,
okay?
they say write what you know. And,
Write what you know. I know
So-
Dave is a serial killer, so
He follows me
I
around.
know
It's-
you're a pedophile.
one day I'll give everything I'm writing to the police. But right now, I'm trying to get a bestseller out of this, so give it time.
Oh, good times. I'm glad
Good
we get
times.
to talk about
Anyways,
everything.
we will see you guys again very soon. We're going to have another podcast out. We're going to be recording another one next week. We're going to be doing Beardyheads Book Club. We're doing Man in the High Castle.
Yeah, you guys need to hurry up and finish that. book.
Yeah, I'm excited to read it more.
God,
Yeah, Dave's
let me
finished
tell
it.
you,
I'm working on it. Steve's further than I am.
tell
I
you
think.
how it just like gets my motor running.
Well, we'll get there, and then hopefully by then I can watch the show too, and we can talk about the show. But anyways, I'm Jake,
I'm Steven.
I'm David.
and you
Or
guys
Dave,
can
whatever.
eat it and eat it hard. We're the Beardyheads, and
Closing
thanks for joining
statement.
I don't have one yet.
us. Well, there we go.